right, so I've got a simple deadlock map here. The circles are the guardians, the diamonds are the walkers, and I want to go over just the basic levels of what will happen if you just don't touch a wave ever in a MOBA game. And so there's three states that you can find the wave in. The first one really only ever happens at the beginning of the game. It's rare that you'll have a stalemate, especially in Deadlock anywhere else. It's a stalemate, kind of like a coin flip. At this point, when you're even numbers, you're just flipping a coin. You don't know which way the wave is going to end up pushing. Just based on the AI of the minions, one side is going to win, one side is going to lose. And so we'll say in this case, the blue minions ended up winning. One minion survives out of the 4, and 0 minions survive out of the yellow. And so now you're going to end up with a situation like this, where one side has more. And this is the second wave state, pushing. So in this case, one side has more numbers. It's pushing into the enemy, and it will continue to push forever until we hit the third wave state, which is rebounding. And rebounding happens when the wave hits a tower or any objective that can deal damage to it besides the minions. In this case, even though it's a 5 versus 4 yellows, this guardian will do so much more damage that it will guaranteed kill all of these minions and cause it to rebound, which is the third state, rebounding. And again, it will rebound and it will go back to pushing, and then until it hits a walker, and you're probably never going to hit another stalemate. So between these two states, it's just going to go back and forth. I'll just show that here. You can go into any bot game and just look for yourself. Don't touch the wave and just see what happens. So again, we had 4 yellow. They're gonna win this fight. There's probably only gonna be like 1 minion left, and then you'll have reinforcements arriving. 4, 1, 2, 3, 4, and you can see this is a 4, 8 versus 5, and we know for a fact it's gonna rebound back into blue. And then once it hits the blue tower, it's going to rebound back into yellow. Again, just check any bot game. You'll see this phenomenon happening constantly. So now that we understand the basics of wave management, how can we use this to gain a leverage over our opponent and gain more souls? Well, it's simple. Let's say both players leave to jungle, and then by the time both players return, how do we gain an advantage? Well, we wanted to make sure that more of our minions died than enemy minions died. Because every time one of our minions dies, an enemy loses a soul. Every time one of their minions dies, we essentially lose a soul. So by ensuring that more of our minions die, that will ensure that by the time we return, we've gotten a soul lead. Well, how do we ensure that more of our minions die? We want more blue minions to die than yellow minions. Well, it's simple. We want the fight to look like this. If there's more yellow minions alive than there's blue, we know for a fact that more of our minions will die. How do we get to that wave state where it looks like this? It's very simple. If we shove our wave all the way into the yellow walker, guardian, or base guardians, we know that it's going to rebound back into us, and the fight is going to look like this. So let's say both players, let's say I left at this point, I mean a little bit earlier than this before these minions spawned. I know that by the time I return, both players leave, both players return. When we return, it's going to look like this down here. So that means that in that amount of time, let's say 3 waves spawned, I lost 4 out of the 12 minions that spawned. I lost 4 versus they lost 12, meaning I gained positive 8 minions that I'm going to get here that they did not get. And you can go and practice this yourself. Just go into a bot game or a practice tool and shove a wave into the enemy walker, leave, and just look at what happens. It's going to slowly push back into you, and then eventually a big wave is going to pile up right here, and that's when you're going to want to come and cash in and farm all that, and that means that they lost, 12 minions, 3 waves, and you only lost 1 wave. And again, that's how if you do this over and over and over again, it's going to slowly accumulate into a giant soul lead over your opponent that you can take to your advantage and actually win games off of.